Issue 232. We start out in the Special Zone with Sonic going to Vector and Knuckles for help. Vector explains that this is the fastest way to recover the Chaos Emeralds, as the Equinox Labs are equipped to scan the whole zone for readings. Sonic says he could be faster than that due to his pride of being fast, and he snarks to Knuckles for losing the emeralds. Vector explains that the emeralds are moving towards each other as if something's drawing them in, and he's getting wild energy readings too. I'm really enjoying these issues, by the way. I know that's random to say. After Charming complains in the spaceship that Knuckles lost the emeralds again, he's told to shut up, and Sonic shows impatience with the spaceship's speed, saying amusingly, "My grandma could hobble there faster than this." I had the biggest smile at that. Does Sonic have a grandma, though? Does that joke work? Vector says the zone center is up ahead, and the lights go off, with Sonic snarking at Vector being a Captain Obvious about it. Knuckles finds a torch and wants to investigate the noise, with Sonic being annoyed because that's what he wanted to tell him to do. Sonic tells everyone to stay here and hide under the bedsheets, and Vector tells Knuckles that he ran an imaging scan for the area ahead and found the distinct shape of what barely looks like Sonic. And after a while I wondered if that was actually Shadow, because I saw the thing above his triangular eye. Considering the Shadow was literally made with Sonic's DNA in this continuity, it makes sense that the imaging scan would be confusing. We see Shadow using his Chaos Emeralds to draw the emeralds towards him for Zachary, who hypothesizes that the Special Zone was created by waste magic warping to this dimension in a kind of Big Bang. I love that they try to explain this. I always figured that it was a magic overflow situation, that why else would the Special Zone be so crazy? But why would it warp to another dimension? I mean, I guess it warped from Mobius to the other dimension because it was magic overflow in Mobius and it just became another zone. He explains that when the emeralds start reabsorbing that chaos energy, it'll destroy the Special Zone. You know, at least Finitimus had a clear explanation about why it was violently destructive, which was made even better in Mobius Legends, involving magic corrupting him to become an evil Knuckles. Zachary has no reason to want to be this destructive, when he has literally nothing to gain from it and everything to lose. Then Sonic is threatened by a giant spider cocoon opening up and some giant spiders threatening him, and his arachnophobia amusingly kicks in as he looks scared. I love how expressive the art makes the characters look in this comic. That's the basic thing I'd expect from any comic, but it really stands out here since the characters in the original Fleetway comic often look totally emotionless with their eyes. Also, I wish they confirmed that it was Eggman's idea to threaten Sonic with spiders, since he saw his arachnophobia back in Shinazar. Knuckles punches through the door of his spaceship to escape, and he and the Chaotix get attacked by spiders. Sonic spin dashes around and realizes he blocked off the exits, trapping himself with a massive spider, which he insults himself for. He figures that the ceiling must be weak around here because the spider has to have entered the ship through the roof. He spin attacks and snarks, insulting himself again. "Now I'm trapped outside." Brilliant thinking! The story ends with Shadow threatening Sonic. In the next story, at first I thought that guy was Tails in awful art, but fortunately no, it's just Short Fuse without his cybernetic armor. Being told that thanks to Techno, he can suit up whatever he wants. Techno says that her magical scanner is detecting a monster loose in Green Hill Zone, and says it must have come through one of the portals to the new zones. Techno flies with him and tells him all foreshadowingly to be careful with the armor, as it hasn't been fully tested yet. I wonder if something will go wrong. Short Fuse amusingly misses the point by saying unhappily that a terrible advertisement's being filmed here, and saying, "Oh yeah, and there's a giant monster too." Short Fuse snarks that the monster's the monster of the week, and Techno complains about Short Fuse not letting the monster finish the celebrity off. At least that had some moral grain to her for once. And that's not the only time that happened either. Remember, when Short Fuse first met Techno, she had no complaints whatsoever about the idea that she would be asked to make a bomb to destroy Chemical Plant Zone, which had people living in it. The monster says he's been expecting Short Fuse from a prophecy. He catches Short Fuse's fist and throws him through a window, and when Techno lampshades that they never did him any harm, the monster says he's carrying out his master's wishes and hits her. She finds her toolbox while the monster's master is doing his own thing and electrocutes the monster. Then a portal appears on the floor, and the monster says that his master's power is rising and will consume them all. He jumps through the portal just as Short Fuse shows up, and Short Fuse explains that his armor had frozen up, which was his problem earlier that wasn't noticeable. I thought he just got his fist caught and he was humiliated. Is he just making an excuse? This issue is by Ed Reynolds. The first story involves Sonic, Knuckles, and the Chaotix in the Special Zone going after the Emeralds, which Shadow is attracting to him with Chaos Control in an effort to destroy the whole zone, because that would destroy the whole zone apparently. Then after being chased by giant spiders and being relatably scared from it, Sonic goes through the roof and encounters Shadow as the other heroes have to deal with the spiders themselves. And the second story gives me such a small taste of what's going on that I'm not invested since it's so short. A monster distracts Techno for its master, who will become more powerful and consume everybody someday apparently. And Sharpfuse, who's able to go into his armor at will because of Techno, wasn't useful because apparently its armor froze up, when I just saw him get thrown through a window. Maybe the freezing up happened after. The point is I don't know who the master is or what the monster is, so right now I'm not invested.